The boy blows a special fantasy bubblegum, and suddenly all kinds of beautiful women started appearing inside his bubble. The greedy Ataru blew out two gorgeous girls at once. They were the dream goddesses he had secretly admired for years. Ataru couldn't wait to get closer to them, but just before his wish came true, Lum ruined everything. She scolded him and asked what he was trying to do, and while Lum wasn't paying attention, Ataru blew another giant bubble to clone himself. Lum was completely confused. Why did he do that? Ataru ordered his clone to hold Lum back so that he could slip away. Lum, however, already knew Ataru's dirty trick. She released a blast of 1,000,000 volts, instantly destroying the clone. When she chased into the classroom, she saw Ataru standing still at the doorway. She called out, but there was no response. Then she caught sight of another Ataru fleeing outside. She chased him and struck him with lightning, but it was his clone. She was yet again fooled by him. Thinking he had shaken her off, Ataru ran straight and bumped into Mendo. Mendo immediately drew a katana from his pants, challenging him to a duel. Ataru simply blew a bubble into a glowing lightsaber. He wanted to finish the fight quickly, so Ataru cuts off his sword, but Mendo refused to give in. He pulled out a brand new weapon to block him. Ataru didn't want to waste time. He puffed out a gigantic head bubble, crushing everyone in his way. But because of the delay, Lum caught up to him again. Just as Ataru tried to blow another bubble, Lum popped it. He tries to blow another one. Ten arrived and burned him into crisp because earlier he stole those bubblegum from Ten. Lum was worried that Ataru had been burned to death, but when she touched him, he exploded. Because of his rush, Ataru had dropped 3 pieces of bubblegum. Lum thought of luring Ataru out. She blew 3 of Ataru's favorite girls and ordered them to seduce him. The glamorous and sexy Sakura-sensei instantly drew a huge crowd of boys, but the real Sakura also appeared. Furious at this fake version ruining her image, she loudly scolded the boys to maintain her cool and mysterious persona. Meanwhile, Shinobu and Ryunosuke also saw their own doubles. They thought some pervert had turned them into inflatable dolls. Lum saw all 3 fishing lines shaking. She thought Ataru had fallen for the bait, but within seconds, the 3 furious girls stormed at her instead. Lum panicked, dropping the strings and escaping to the rooftop. She couldn't figure out where Ataru had gone, but in fact, he was right behind her. On the roof, Ataru reflected on his earlier failures. He had blown many bubbles, but most were useless. Now he had only 1 piece of bubblegum left. This was his last chance. He had to use all his willpower and lung capacity. The sky suddenly dimmed. Everyone looked up to see a giant bubble on the rooftop. Inside, countless beautiful women appeared one after another. They all knew who was behind this, but Ataru was still unaware of the danger closing in. They burst it, and Ataru got stuck. Lum burst all his creations one by one.